How does Cygwin mount mapped network drives? I use Cygwin as a POSIX environment, and I have a bunch of mapped network drives on my Windows computer, set up by a sysadmin, not by me. I have found that all the network drives which are mapped on Windows are automatically mounted in Cygwin. I can use DF to see all the drives, and their mount points on Cygdrive. What I don't know is how. I looked at etc. fstab and I didn't find anything there. When and by whom is mount called? Currently I'm having unrelated problems with permissions on certain data on these network drives, and the internet told me to change how it is mounted, but I can't seem to find that information.
How does Cygwin mount mapped network drives? The mount table is set up somewhere in the bowels of Cygwin.dll during Cygwin startup. Without looking at the source code, I can't give a more precise answer. You can unmount and then remount using mount with different options if you need to change the default options. Mount will display the current mount table, with the mount options used. Note: the mount program is used to map your drives and shares onto Cygwin's simulated POSIX directory tree, much like as is done by mount commands on typical Unix systems. However, in contrast to mount points given in /etc/stab, mount points created or changed with mount are not persistent. They disappear immediately after the last process of the current user exited. Edit /etc/stab or /etc/stab.d/$user to make permanent changes. Further reading. Stab for examples. Mount for more information about mount. Special file names for a list of file name that are read by Cygwin before the mount table has been established.
2 docs pages describe Cygwin's mount mechanic. This URL, the Cygwin mount table. This URL, special file names. An important quotation. The /etc/stab file is used to map Win32 drives and network shares into Cygwin's internal POSIX directory tree. The only 2 exceptions are the file system type Cygdrive and user temp. The Cygdrive type is used to set the Cygdrive prefix.